Podcast in Disguise is a production made by Channel 23 Productions. The Transformers! More than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battles to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons! The Transformers! Podcast in Disguise! Transformers! More than meets the eye! Transformers! The Transformers!
Your immediate first thought is that Norm Macdonald has come back to life to fucking... I mean, this obviously before he died.
He wasn't even dead yet. He was still around.
Hey, I'm a shape-shifting Hat Man.
Yeah, that was exactly what... Hey, it's me, the Hat Man. And he was like, are you here to kill me? Yeah, well, I could if you want me to.
Whoa. Please don't.
I was like,
please don't.
That's okay. See, it's never the good answer. How would you kill me? Well, I made a shadow, so I'd have to go inside your mind and make you kill yourself.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see, no one ever wants to have any fun around here. You're probably a capitalist, aren't you? Isn't everyone?
I live in America.
It's
It's all teaching you about politics and shit. It's like, let me tell you about your system.
He's like, it's like, so you don't want me to kill you? No, that's okay.
Please don't.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Okay, yeah, well, whatever. I'm gonna steal a loose change in your car. Okay, see you later. And then I passed out.
Did you go count the change in the morning?
I haven't. I don't even remember how much change I had.
It was months later you remember the change. Like, damn it! The fucking change, dude.
It's never the right answer. You're probably a capitalist, aren't you? Isn't everyone?
No, not everybody. There's actually different things that go on. There's this thing called communism, okay?
At that point in time, I don't think I even knew what communism was, other than communism was bad because it was something my dad hated.
By the time I came of age, dude, it was like, I didn't really know anything about capitalism. Or fucking communism, dude. Because, by that point, Russia was, somewhat our friend at that point. I remember when Putin came on the national stage. The only thing that my dad hated more than me going to homecoming dressed like Jessica Rabbit. He's like, that's not a thing with you, is it? I was like, no, it was a joke. It was funny. Yeah, back in the day, wearing a dress was just a joke, dude.
And not to mention, the fact with me looking passable like I did then, I was fucking hot anyways.
He was low-key proud of you, dude. He was like, dude, my son's hot as fuck.
He'll never admit that.
He'll go to his grave with that one, dude. Holy shit, dude. That's fucking insane. But yeah, dude, we're back, dude. The Podcast in Disguise, dude. Episode 9, Fire on the Mountain / Pay the Rent, Dallas.
Pay the rent. In this episode, the Autobots learn a valuable lesson about paying rent. We'll get to it.
We'll get more into that here in a little bit, dude, for sure. But this episode, dude, is dude. And I mean, we say it on every single episode, but each episode gets better and better, dude. And fucking Fire on the Mountain, definitely to me, just sitting here. Maybe it was about all the copious amounts of marijuana that I've been fucking smoking all night. I was fucking geared up for this one, dude.
This one, like I was saying earlier, the series kind of starts a little slow with all the exposition they have to get through and everything. But once they have everything established and they really get into the groove of things, I think even they kind of hit their own stride, finding a formula of how they do things. But they perfectly find out how to balance action as well as character moments and things like that. And I think even they at times didn't even realize that they had something more than a 20-minute toy commercial.
You think at that point they did, or they didn't?
I think they didn't really have any clue. I mean, given how the Transformers movie plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't think they really realized, these were more than just toys to kids. These were characters that they loved.
Yeah. Well, they were pure capitalists, Dallas. They were just in it for the money, dude. Apparently,
Reagan's America,
ladies and gentlemen. So the way this episode starts off, dude, I was instantly hooked in, dude. You got fucking Brawn and was it Windcharger? Windcharger, yeah, dude. I'm getting the names down.
It wasn't Windcharger yet. It was Trailbreaker. It was
Brawn
and Trailbreaker.
Okay, yeah, they fucking roll in though, dude.
Yeah, they're rolling in. And they see those jets, and they're like, those F-15s look sickeningly familiar. And Trailbreaker, he knows already. He's like, that's because they're Decepticons. I'd recognize their slimy contrails anywhere.
Yeah, that was a good line, dude. I popped
was
for
a
that
good
one. There was a lot of good lines in this one, dude. There was a lot of good lines in this episode.
Like when they tell, that Peruvian girl to pay the rent.
Yeah. Well, look at that. I was thinking of the geeky line, the whole.
Oh yeah,
geeky
the
fucking line.
geeky theme that
Yeah.
keeps running through this.
That
one.
shit was pretty funny, dude. Fucking using that shit in fucking the early 80s, dude, because like that's a more popular term now, I think, but like I think it was meant more as an insult though back then, because if you were a geek or nerd, I mean, look at Revenge of the Nerds, dude. Come on.
That was before it was cool to be a nerd.
Yeah, this is before Big Bang Theory, right?
This was back when nerds would get the crap beaten out of them or tied to the goalpost and left to freeze to death.
So it was a real insult back in the day, dude. Like, no one calls me a geek. No one calls me a geek. It's like, fuck. Oh shit, dude. Fucking Voodoo Glow Skulls released a whole entire album about that, dude. Bang Geek Mafia, dude. Fucking shout out Voodoo Glow Skulls, dude. Every single time. But yeah, dude, they get into that fucking huge fight because they're there to steal some fucking steel, dude.
Yep. The Decepticons are there to steal some steel.
Steel.
To-
All that destruction for a couple beams, dude. Come on.
yeah, well, that's their way. That's
That's the
they, instead
Decepticon
of
way.
just pushing the door open
Yeah.
and saying everything. No, they have to blow it open with their no rays. Sup, bitches?
Yeah, because they just bust out
And
that wall, dude.
boom, and it's like, okay, we're here to take your stuff. And
Yeah, because they don't like doors, dude.
And Thundercracker even points out to Starscream, how do we know that this steel's any good? It's good because I chose this location, Thundercracker. And Thundercracker takes one of the beams and bends it with his hands, and he's like, yeah, real great steel, Starscream. Whatever, just grab it, we're going. Because the Autobots by that point have showed up and started shooting at him. Starscream, he doesn't want to, get his paint scratched or anything like that.
He's too good for that, dude.
So he goes open and opens up like his chest compartments that have rockets in there, which that's one of the few times it shows him using that ability. But it's always really cool to see that he's got like those missile pods in his chest.
Yeah, that shit was cool. Because at first I thought they were running away, but then he turns around and just opens it up and just like, pop,
Yeah,
pop,
and just
pop,
levels
pop,
the
pop.
entire factory over a handful of steel beams that Thundercracker runs off with.
Of course, Braun and them, dude, they're just like, fuck, dude, that didn't even hurt us. Like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, you just leveled a factory, but we should probably get out of here before the cops show up.
Hopefully the place was closed. I didn't see any humans in there, so
They were all buried under the rubble.
they were working overtime on a Saturday, dude. I'm just here to fucking feed my family. What the fuck are these Decepticons doing here?
Now the robots are here to work our shit. Okay, great.
Yeah, but I think that plot point is really funny though about fucking Starscream just like choosing fucking shitty stuff, dude. Like you were saying when we were watching the episode, they should have gone to Pittsburgh, but they went to New Mexico. like Starscream is such a piece of shit, dude.
He doesn't follow any instructions right or anything like that. Where's the best Cybertronian steel? I don't know. Just grab someone and go.
Yeah, we were in New Mexico, and so we just stopped and like, there's a fucking steel plant, dude. Let's get some steel, dude. We need to make this weapon.
But they immediately run off to Peru, where this ancient crystal of power is being held inside this temple. And once again, instead of using like the main entrance to the temple, Megatron blows a gigantic hole in the side and walks in through that.
And so convenient, stairs are right there, dude.
Yeah. And this goes to illustrate a point. Decepticons freaking hate doors.
They fucking hate them, dude. That's 2 times within like a 5-minute
I mean,
span.
it'd be like me walking into your office here, instead of using the door there, I just blow a hole through the wall and then jump in over the couch.
I'd be like, well, Dallas, I guess we have a permanent door here. Get the fuck out of here. You just put a hole in my wall, dude. What the fuck?
It opens the room up,
It's like, I feel like you need a breeze in here.
It's
Like,
good for the feng shui.
feng shui, it's like, you like open concepts? Here you go, dude. Just move my fridge in. We're like, all right, I guess it works.
Just put the Britney Spears poster over.
Yeah. Like, what are you're making a big deal out of fucking nothing. I just showed up. I'm doing you a service coming here and recording this podcast.
I mean, I'm doing the Decepticon door entrance, okay?
Come on.
It's themed.
Show up to work just one day. Boom! Everybody's like running like it's a
Just
terrorist.
blasting through the window. Sup, bitches?
Sup, bitches? I'm ready to work today, dude. Like, you gotta go home, Dallas. You gotta stop doing this, dude.
How many fucking times?
How many fucking times, dude?
It's like, well, looks like your gate was really good at stopping that.
Just fucking roll into the bathroom. fucking fatty fat like fuck week, dude. Boom! What's up, bitches? Like everybody has heart attacks because they're all over 500 pounds.
And blast shit all over the wall.
Clean that shit up, Sergeant. Ooh!
But in an illustration of kind of how politically incorrect the times were, as soon as the Decepticons steal this crystal of power from what I'm assuming is their depiction of Machu Picchu.
I had never seen Megatron so fucking happy, dude. Like
Oh, yeah,
when he got that power, dude, he's like, "I'm coming!"
Yeah, Megatron was psyched. But the energy blasts up through the core of the Earth, through this temple, and lights up the sky. And then the Decepticons use their new energy crystal powered laser to blow up the satellite that the Autobots are using to spy on them. And they obliterate that thing and cause a huge explosion that all the villagers in the town below see. And the villagers absolutely shit themselves.
That old lady, dude, she's like, "The gods are coming back!"
The gods are angry with us and have come back to punish us.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the foreign people don't act like that, especially in the 80s. Peru was a pretty civilized place.
I was born in 1900. I am 80 years old
that's
right
kind of
now.
a running theme through a lot of the Transformers cartoon. When they depict foreigners, you know, especially Middle Easterners, it'll get there.
We'll be making some goat jokes in no time.
Oh,
Holy shit, dude.
It's bad. It's so bad.
Well, it's like, it's funny.
And
when,
I'm not a herald of political correctness. Definitely not. But even I watch it and it's like, oh, they could not get away with that today.
We're going to start a new cartoon, Dallas. But we were introduced to one of our main characters in this episode when they light up the sky, dude. Because that old lady's like, "Oh, the gods are mad at us," and she's like, "Dude, shut the fuck up, Grandma. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And she's got these huge earrings, and I'm like, "Dude, what's up with that, dude?" And you're like, "Dude, it's fucking Peru."
It's Peru. You know, that's what foreign people do.
Right.
That's right. They really have to hit it home that these people are not Americans. They are foreign.
So yeah,
That's why they believe in wild gods living in their ancient temples and stuff like that. And, you know, divine punishment. And
well, I mean, when you don't have satellite television, I mean, you got to fucking make up your own stories, dude. So you got to fucking do it, dude.
AOL had not yet reached Peru.
They had not gotten cable television as of yet, dude. That wasn't until 2005, dude. They're like, "Oh, thank you, gods, for bringing me CNN and Cartoon Network. Thank you.
Now we are suddenly American.
I feel like an American, John Wayne." Fucking, but yeah, dude, they blow up that fucking satellite, dude, and then like, they decide that they have to bring a certain character back here after a couple episodes.
It was a one-shot deal, and it fried the laser. And Megatron is immediately like, "Okay, well, this weapon would have worked if you hadn't gotten me substandard steel Starscream." Starscream wastes no time at throwing Thundercracker under the bus, saying, "It wasn't me, it was Thundercracker that brought the steel back. He assumed it was good enough for your weapon." And Thundercracker's like, "Man, this is horse shit."
Yeah, Thundercracker wasn't putting up with fucking
And that's what,
bullshit, dude.
Thundercracker goes
Which rightfully so, dude, because fucking Starscream's being a little bitch, dude.
Yeah, Starscream first to throw one of his own underlings under the bus. And so Thundercracker's like, "All right, I see you."
I see you, dude. I fucking see you. Yeah.
And then, yep, as you were getting to, they go back to Antarctica to bring back one of our favorite characters who has been frozen in ice for like 8 months. But, you know, they got around to it. They finally got around to it, and they thawed him out. And he's like, "Oh, hey, are you warm enough to transform?" "I think so." "Good, because you need to go back to Autobot base at once and pick up Windcharger and Brawn and fly them to Peru." Yeah. Welcome back, by the way.
Hey, man, are you online? Are you able to move? Okay, we gotta go, dude.
We thawed you out, and now it's time to pay that rent.
Yeah, he's like, "Man, dude, Decepticons would have fucking pulled me out right away, dude. What the fuck, Autobots, you fucking assholes. Optimus Prime's gonna have to answer to HR on this one." But we could have got him out, but we were tired, dude.
But,
that fight was really big.
But, you know, Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever you call him, he's a pretty calm, gentle sort, and he just kind of takes it all in
He just
stride.
rolled.
He's like, you know what? Okay, I'm glad to be back, and I'm really tired of the deep freeze. So as long as you don't put me back in ice, I guess I'll hang out with you guys.
Sure. He's a nice guy, dude. I mean, he's like, he rolled out just like any other Transformer would, dude.
And he went straight to Peru with Windcharger and Brawn on board. And there was a great, rope-a-dope between them, Soundwave, Megatron, and Skywarp. They had a pretty good fight there.
Well, it was funny because, like, fucking, they were all, like, Braun and them were like, nah, dude, we don't need you, Skyfire. We got this on our own. And, like, they had him there for, like, 10 seconds, and then fucking Megatron shows
Yeah,
up.
Megatron shows up and starts pummeling their asses.
But it was a good fight, yeah, because they jump out of Skyfire and, like, land on him and stuff, and, like, ride him into the fucking side of the mountains and shit,
That
dude.
was pretty cool.
That was a pretty cool, and then... you were talking about that one shot of fucking Soundwave when fucking Megatron turns into the gun.
There were some excellent action poses in that. I mean, stuff that I used as, like, inspiration for, like, posing my own Transformers when I display them in my house and shit.
Yeah.
You got Soundwave with his knees bent and his legs apart, with aiming that gun and just hunched over, looking like he's just ready to kick ass.
Yeah,
It was... The animators definitely put their work in on this one. It was...
Mm-hmm. It was really good, dude. And it was fun. And, like, because, like, it was full of action the whole entire time.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, fucking Skyfire fucking all shows back up. And
He's like, okay, well, I guess we're going back to Autobot headquarters for reinforcements. And so they go back to pick up most of the rest of the Autobots and head them to Peru and say, some shit's going down there, so we're going to have to take care of it. Optimus immediately agrees and says, I agree. Autobots, roll out.
and they rolled out, dude.
And then they decide that the Decepticons are taking over an energy plant to get the replacement steel they need to rebuild their weapon. And during that point, Skyfire's like, well, okay, then I'll see if I can sneak back up into the temple. Yeah, the guy's about the size of a 2-story building. He's not going to be sneaking anywhere.
He's like, oh, I'm too big to be sneaking around.
At least he points that out.
Sure.
There's some self-awareness there.
He's a nice guy, dude. He knows
But
what's going on.
He walks his way up the mountain, and that's when Thundercracker catches him, and he says, well, it looks like I caught you. I'd probably get a pretty big pat on the back from Megatron if I turned you in, because he'd definitely be happy to see you again. On the other hand, if you destroy the weapon, Megatron's probably going to blame Starscream for this, and that would make me very, very happy.
Dude, I fucking love that line so fucking much, dude.
And unfortunately for Thundercracker, Starscream, being the paranoiac weasel he is, was not far away and heard the whole thing. And immediately screamed at Thundercracker, "You traitor!" and started shooting at his friend. Well, Jetfire's like, okay, well, I'll just let them sort that out between each other.
I'm a nice guy, dude. I'm not gonna get involved.
Starscream was my friend, but he's kind of a dick these days. And Thundercracker wasn't entirely in the wrong, because unbeknownst to me, Thundercracker was thrown under the bus by Starscream earlier in the episode.
Yeah, I mean, dudes, he really had like all warrant to fucking throw fucking Starscream under the bus on that one, dude. Dude, I mean, that's smart thinking on his end.
And that's Bumblebee goes through the village after a fight with the Decepticons, causes a massive landslide.
And then all of a sudden, that one chick showed up, dude, and fucking they picked her up.
And Spike's like, we need to get to the temple where the crystal is and the energy flow is coming out. Can you show me the way? She shows him the way, and he explains to her how it's customary to get a knob job in America when you give someone... when you provide a service.
Because she was so happy, dude.
Yeah, she was so happy, and that's what Spike... she explains in Peru that's called paying the rent.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what a knob job is. And Spike's just like, oh, you know what it is. You know how you pay the rent here? She's like, yes, that's what you're doing. Oh.
Which becomes a reoccurring theme throughout the episode.
Yeah, she paid the rent.
She paid the rent.
She paid the rent. But like you said, they have to get to the temple and shit.
Yep, they get to the temple. Jetfire and Bumblebee make their way into the temple. And Ravage immediately sets about them. They get in a fight, and Jetfire takes a pretty good blast from Oh yeah, before going into the temple, Jetfire takes a pretty good blast from Starscream and ends up.
Yeah, he was an innocent bystander in that, dude. And what the fuck?
Yeah, Starscream just had to get that hip shot off.
He's bam, dude.
And then they're like, "Oh, well, you know what? Megatron sees him and says, it's great that traitor Skyfire is back. After we rearrange his logic circuits, he might even become a good Decepticon again."
It's like we're just repeating plot points at this point. I mean,
Yeah,
he was just part of the Decepticons.
That did not work out last time.
Yeah, what makes you think you guys are going to succeed in that one, dude?
But Bumblebee makes his way down in the temple so him and Spike can get Jetfire back up on his feet. And that's when they're ambushed by Ravage.
Yeah, Ravage just showed up and starts fucking up Bumblebee, dude.
Yeah, Bumblebee holds his own.
For a little bit.
You're not quite tough enough to throw off Ravage, but just before Ravage is able to deal him in, a gigantic hand grabs Ravage and throws him like a baseball outside the temple. Ravage is like, you know what, screw this, and takes off.
Yeah, my point was like, dude, fucking crush him, dude. You had the chance, fucking
Yeah, you
Skyfire. Crush. Ugh, dude, you're done. Dude, Ravage is gone, dude. Never coming back.
You know, while you normally say plot armor in that point, I'll give a little bit of leeway that Skyfire is a gentle giant. He
You gotta bring it back to that, Dallas. It's a good point. It's a good point.
He couldn't do that. But he did remind Ravage, due to services rendered, the rent was going to come due at some point.
Yeah, the rent was due, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
We were going on about paying the rent the entire time watching this episode. It was a thing.
It definitely was a thing. Dude. It definitely was a fucking thing. The episode's named after it.
Yeah.
She paid the fucking rent, dude. Every single time, dude. But yeah, Jetfire fucking comes back, or fucking Jetfire, Skyfire fucking comes back, dude.
Right both times.
Yeah, sure. Right. There's so many names, Dallas. I can't fucking remember
Not even
them.
Hasbro could get it right between the two.
I'm smoking too much weed, dude. Come on. Come on.
But they get in a huge firefight at the base of this temple after the Decepticons make out with the steel and rebuild their weapon and get ready to start trashing everything with it again. And it's definitely one of the best shootouts up to date with the Decepticons. Lasers flying everywhere, stuff exploding.
Yeah,
people punching each other around. You know, Windcharger takes one to the jaw, and Brawn's like, "Nobody gets to shoot at my little buddy," and just goes on a Juggernaut charge, starts kicking ass all over the place.
Dude. He got to fucking Megatron, right?
Yeah, he actually got to Megatron and was able to land a blow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the mini-bots, so what's he going to do in the end? Megatron tosses him off. But he gets caught by
It's the effort that counts, Dallas. It's the effort.
And Megatron's up there, doing his usual, "I'm the greatest, no one can stand against me." And that's when you see Prime hop up from behind, pounce on Megatron, and, just freaking ring toss him right off the top of the temple.
Dude, I thought Megatron was done, dude. I thought he was fucking dead.
Yeah. That's what Optimus showed up there and said, "Megatron, it's time to pay the rent."
Yeah, dude, Megatron, you're fucking sucking my dick. Just tosses him off, dude.
Picks him up and just ring toss. Just WWE ring toss.
Yeah, dude, just outside. It's like when you see Kane pick up somebody and just like toss him out of the ring, dude. That's what you saw there.
Exactly.
In wrestling terms, that's what it was.
It was freaking cool.
Yeah, dude. And then fucking Megatron just like,
Megatron's like, Autobot or Decepticons, retreat.
And Soundwave's just like, whatever. Just fucking
Yeah, Soundwave was they fly off and Soundwave's so busy shooting. He's like, oh, we're running now? Okay.
Okay, I guess so. Hey guys, I gotta go. I'll see you guys next battle.
Later, guys.
Later.
They're flying away, and Thundercracker, one of the only times I have ever seen this. Because most of Megatron's minions genuinely fear him and, won't backtalk or anything like that, save for Starscream, who's always doing it. But Thundercracker gets a stride in and says, "Oh, you holding your heads like that with your tails tucked between your legs is making you look awfully geeky."
Just gets that geeky line in there again.
Yeah, he
dude.
gets that geeky line in there, and Megatron's just like, "Oh, you call yourself a Decepticon?"
And Starscream's like, "I have a headache."
Does he? Yeah, Starscream's whining about Thundercracker's engines making that thunderous booming noise. Does he have to make that booming noise? I have a headache.
It's like, shut up, Starscream, you little bitch.
90% of the failures on the Decepticons' part were actually because of your doing.
Exactly. I mean, he got the shitty lumber or the shitty fucking steel. He fucking.
They might have actually had a chance had Starscream not screwed up so royally in so many different places.
I mean, he did hit Skyfire, but that was about it. That was like his only like good fucking offense throughout the whole entire fucking show.
Starscream actually, when it comes to shows where you're not actually supposed to shoot anybody, he has a surprisingly high hit count.
Does he? Oh.
Yeah, he just has a problem following through.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they did not follow through with that, dude. They should have just
There's a point where he even shoots Megatron in the back and scores a direct hit. But Megatron is a little tougher than that.
So he needs to follow through then.
Yeah, he needs to double tap. That's what he needs to do.
Because, dude, I mean, it's a theme throughout all this shit. None of them follow through, dude. It's like you could kill this guy. It's like Ravage, dude. Could have been a done character. I mean, Laserbeak got taken out, but...
Yeah, Laserbeak took a pretty good hit during that firefight.
Yeah, I mean, they took out their fucking satellite, dude, so it's tit for tat, in my opinion. Someone had to go down. Unfortunately, it was Laserbeak.
It was Laserbeak's day.
He'll be back next episode.
Sometimes you're the pigeon, sometimes you're the statue.
That's right, dude. That's right. But, like, the way this episode ends, dude, it's so fucking great because they're, like, Spike and Bumblebee are taking off. They're giving this chick a ride home. And you just know it, dude. Because she's all excited. She's like, oh, dude. Like, my brothers. Like, I want Bumblebee to meet my brothers. And especially I want them to meet my brother's convertible.
Convertible. We call her Juanita.
They're going to have a good time.
And that's when Bumblebee realized that Juanita was about to pay the rent.
She paid the rent all right, dude.
Yeah,
and
that convertible paid that rent.
And that's how you end Fire on the Mountain, dude. Paying the rent, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, dude. But all in all, dude, I like I said, dude, at the beginning, like I thought this episode kicked ass. Like the beginning was so much fun, with them just fucking tracking them down, and like the whole thing with Starscream being a fucking idiot and getting the wrong fucking type of steel, dude. Again, get your steel in Pittsburgh, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and apparently Peru has got some good steel also.
Peru, better than old Mexico, better than New Mexico, and apparently just about as good as Pittsburgh steel.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I guess before we get out of here, dude, again, if you have not subscribed or commented or done anything with our brand new channel, dude, the Podcast in Disguise, dude, we're here on YouTube officially on our own station. Also be checking out fucking Yo Joe, a Real American podcast, also has its own YouTube station, so this feels weird saying that station. I'm thinking like somewhere like I'm thinking like G.I. Joe terms, like fucking army cars parked somewhere, dude. Maybe it's the one you have in front of me. I don't know, dude. Everybody hears it you'll hear it on the podcast. Us playing with toys, and it's like because we have a table full of toys. Like we smoke weed, we watch cartoons, and we play with toys. Dude, what's up?
That's the best part about it.
We're geeky as fuck, dude. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin Porter, Dallas Baldwin. See you guys next time.
Roll out.